Hey everyone, welcome to Smack into Middle, presented by Connect Bike Polo to you all. I'm Gavin here with Dave. Hey Dave, how's it going?
Yeah, pretty good. Can't wait. Pretty psyched.
Yeah. I mean, I'm super excited to get to the game we have today because this is the grand final from Smack in the Middle, April 2022. Smack in the Middle, if you don't know, it's like the biggest tournament on the West Coast, at least 3v3. You'd agree, Dave?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. What can you tell us about the format for this tournament and just like a little, can you tell us anything about the history of this tournament?
Look, I just from the sidelines, a long distance away. I'm in Australia, obviously, but I hear it's an incredible tournament. I've been watching from a distance for so long. It's so great we have this footage. It's 3v3, classic double a limb in the hot weather of Fresno, California. But April, it's going to be spicy. It was spicy. It'll always be spicy. It's the closest thing to NAs outside of NAs, and if people don't know what that is, it's the North American Championship. People have really, in this incarnation, because there hasn't been a tournament at this level for quite a while, for obvious reasons, people brought their A game, and the teams are just stacked. It's incredible.
Yeah. Coming out of the pandemic, we didn't have a ton of bike polo, and you can tell because everyone came to this tournament with everything they've been practicing for the whole lockdown, forever that year and a half we weren't able to play. So this is a really spicy tournament, and this is probably the spiciest game, being that it's the grand final. All right, everyone, let's take a look at these teams. Dave, what can you tell me about the Tarnished?
Okay, we got Bruce Hales prior to this out of San Francisco, but now is in Salt Lake City. Played for the Control. Got an amazing bike. He's a solid player, very solid on his bike. He's going to be a great anchor player, always has been, always will be. Second to that, but not second to that in any way, shape or form, an amazing player, Andrew Wayland. Probably one of the most, I'd say him and Chris Hammersley, some of the best resumes in North America, won everything. Very loved player by everyone. Great energy. It's just fantastic to watch and play, whether you're on the court or off the court. And played for the Control as well. Very famous North American team. And coming in third, we got Matt. Now Matt hails now out of Salt Lake City. I got to travel a little bit with Matt in Europe. It was a fantastic time. He's a great player, great guy, and he's really looking to make a mark on this sport and in that team. So really looking forward to seeing how it turns out.
For sure. This is definitely an interesting team. You got two vets, Andrew and Bruce, both with pretty long resumes, with a kind of a relative newcomer, Matt, although he's been playing a long time too, taking them under their wing, and he's kind of showing the world what he can do at this tournament, which has been pretty special. Next up, we have TURDPEDO. What a name, but even more so, what a team. Can you tell me what these players?
Oh my gosh, what a team. We've got Birdie first up. Perennial Crown Classic champ. A well-loved player, a legend, some or most or all would say. Hails from the Milwaukee, Portland kind of duo. It's such a strong pedigree. And it's Birdie. We can expect strong physical play. We can expect just everything she's known for, which is consistency, speed, and being a great anchor on the court and a great team member. Second up, we've got Brandon, a younger player, although he's no baby anymore. He likes to be called Baby Dragon, but I think he's got to step up to Dragon these days. He's got a bunch of different nicknames: Bronco, Bandito, El Brandito. It's just been, he was always a stellar player, but he's really coming into his own, especially since lockdown. He's just playing so well. I've had the privilege of playing with him before, and just a great player to play with. And then we've got Jason. Got a few nicknames too, but not kid friendly. He's an amazing player, got great style. He has a great Instagram steez, always doing solo polo, a great attitude. And I expect to see a lot of very intricate dribbling. I expect to see some really straight passes. He is a king of the laser pass, always looking for his teammates. And I'm so psyched for this game.
Okay, so let's see how these teams got here today. We'll start off with the TURDPEDO, who are currently undefeated. So they've played significantly less games, but they've battled out of an extremely competitive winners bracket, winning every game along the way. And they've beaten some really good teams to get here. They went through the Valley Boys, which is a relatively new team out of Phoenix. Then they took down Thirst Trap, which, Joe Rustum, Tina. Like that's a heck of a team too.
Solid.
Dave from Ghost Ship's on that team. Finally, they beat Excuse Me, who's been featured a lot in our games here on Connect Bike Polo, a talented team from Salt Lake City and Seattle. And then also in the winners bracket final, defeated Mucho. A lot of more sugar players on that team, but also Jenny holding it down in net. So it's been a very impressive run for them. They have not faced the Tarnished yet, though. And that's because the Tarnished had a bit more adversity on their way to this game. They lost and had to come out of the losers bracket, which means they've played a lot more games to this date, and they've had to beat almost everyone else along the way. They've taken down Excuse Me, they've taken down Mucho, they took down Mosh Grobins, who, I mean, Mark Assel's team was all over this tournament, scoring 4 goals a game in some matchups. It's been a very eventful tournament to this point, and we're about to see the big finish, the grand final. Dave, why don't you tell me a bit about how the grand final works, just so everyone's aware of what they're watching.
So this is a double elimination final, and as you said, the team that comes in undefeated basically has the right to lose one game, which can be confusing for people watching if they don't realize and they've only watched perhaps the final, they rock in late on the tournament. So TURDPEDO have the opportunity to lose one game because the Tarnished have already won their way through the losers bracket, which they got into by losing a game. So what we'll see here is a 20-minute game, and this game is not first to 5 like the other games. It's smack in the middle. This is a 20-minute game that will play out either way. No goal differential limit, and we'll see this game go right to time. And in fact, if it goes to time and there are level scores, we'll have extended time. So we'll see how we go.
Time. I mean, in this 20-minute game, if we see the Tarnished win, that means we got to do it all over again, right? We have a whole other game to play because they have to win twice in a row to win this tournament.
And they've already played so many more games, so they'll be ragged.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Alex here. Before we get to these finals, we just have to say a huge thank you to Brockton Cyclery for helping us make these videos. They support the local polo community a lot, and they actually have their own YouTube channel where they do a lot of bike packing adventures. Also, you can help us offset the cost of making videos like these over at patreon.com/connectbikepolo, or you can donate directly through PayPal. We have lined up the next tournament we're going to be covering. That is Slash Royale in Montreal, April 8th and 9th, and we really hope to see everybody there.
Everyone's favorite moment, the joust.
They look pretty fresh.
On the right, we have TURDPEDOs. On the left, we have the Tarnished. And just for our viewing pleasure, they both decided to wear yellow. So if you see the highlighter yellow, that lighter yellow, that will be the Tarnished there, Matt, Bruce, and Andrew. And on the right, that more mustardy yellow, TURDPEDOs. Birdie, Brandon, and Jason. Okay, here we go. They set them up.
Lemon versus Sunburst it is.
And we're off.
You got to start. Love that top view.
Looks like Brandon got it. Quickly cut out by Andrew, though.
Nice little shot pivot.
Instant breakaway from Matt.
Oh, I know he was looking for that stale bread.
Yeah, he put his head up just a little too quick before he had corralled that ball. And turnover goes towards Jason, who puts it off to Birdie.
That's where fatigue's going to play in, not just on your energy levels to chase the ball, but also how concentrated you are on it when you do possess. Big shot.
Point blank range.
Finals are great. Everyone's there watching. It's loud. All right, in the corner. Playing pretty conservatively at this point.
Slowing it down, going behind the net. Yeah, you're definitely seeing a slow and controlled game here from the Tarnished, working it up slowly. Very different than what we saw from TURDPEDO to open the game.
Absolutely. I think, 20 minutes is a long game. Matt's a patient player. Andrew's with him.
That defensive possession, Brandon just closed every door there was. I mean...
Yeah, he's got a long mallet, but he manages to get it down nice and quick. Jason, on the other hand, very short mallet, looks for the backhand across. Oh, that was amazing. Oh, that going back door? Oh, I didn't even see. Yeah, wow, first goal. Pivotal. Let's look at the top view. Just pushes it around the mallet. Looks for that backhand. Ooh. Very
Oh,
spicy bottom
right through the
bracket.
wheels.
Oh,
I mean, that's a shot not a lot of players are going to even take at that angle on the backhand. It's kind of ballsy to take that.
it's a short mallet he's got, and he gets a lot out of it. Here we go. Quick restart. Andrew looking to make the difference, or is that Bruce? Beg your pardon, that's Bruce. He's got that SF look. Pretty boys on pretty bikes.
Ooh, way to ride him off the line there by Andrew. Make sure that ball is his.
Yeah, he's a very front wheel player. You're unlikely to push Andrew off the ball unless you're dead level in shoulders. And because he's a smaller stature player, if you are level, he'll often try and sneak underneath you. He's a very, very, how would I say, his bike control is excellent, but on top of that, he plays very conservatively with his bike. You have to really make it work.
Big rip by Bruce. Just careens a little wide, and Andrew and Birdie fight for them in the corner. Looks like Birdie won it up to Brandon.
Brandon not conservative in the slightest. Looks for the pivot backhand. Almost worked, actually. Would have been open net. Here we go. Is that the locks of Shelley?
TURDPEDO they're not bashful when it comes to shooting the ball from weird angles. That's for sure. They know they can make it, and they have been this tournament. That's why they're here.
I mean, these don't look like low light conditions. These don't look like low light conditions, but later in the day, nothing's like sunlight. So if you are going to get a low angle shot to go through that BB, it's going to be on these conditions. A bit of shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Right, putting a lot of pressure on up here, playing really tall, trying to get them caught up, but always the risk of a counter attack and an overlap. But Jason is wise to that. Follows Andrew down the sideline. Really marking.
You see, Jason he just marks Andrew the whole way down. He's giving him so much attention.
It's something they could have discussed. Oh, Brandon puts a forehand on from half court and puts it in. And the ref says yes. It's 2-0.
Another big
2-0.
goal. Bang.
From half. Yeah, wow. Brandon's got that shot. Just a quick wrist shot. Little roll. Open-handed. Watches it roll.
Just goes to show nowhere is safe. I mean, he took that from well within his own half and really put it on net. And I mean, put balls on net, they go in sometimes.
Yeah, it's about percentages. But just covering back to Jason following Andrew, I think they would have had the discussion. Every team's had this discussion. Who's the dangerous player? But I think that the interesting thing here is they're all dangerous, and you can get caught up marking that player who you think is the most dangerous, and that just gives the other two players more and more space. Bruce looking for the BB, can't control the ball in front of net. Birdie was behind him, not sure whether they would have stopped that.
Matt collects. Oh, double team by Jason.
Oh, wow, this could be a
Birdie's
penalty.
Got a look.
Could be a penalty.
Oh.
Yeah, it looked like a T-bone from Jason. Bruce is giving the Jesus.
I mean, if the ref saw it, otherwise we got a goal from Birdie. Let's take a look.
Yeah, it's definitely a really good move from Bruce. That wasn't really drawing a penalty. It's completely reasonable to take that line on someone. I think, Bruce did the right thing. Very safe, kind of leaned away, accepted the contact. He's not happy about it, but then again, a very safe way to manage what is otherwise a sticky situation. But yeah,
Jason is just so focused on putting that pass through to Birdie that I don't even think he saw Bruce, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it can happen. Head down. Yeah, that's it's going to be a penalty. No goal. The ref picked it up. Good work, ref. But the ref's always right. So even if it had been a goal, the ref would have been correct. Remember that, kids. All right.
Here's Brandon asking for some clarification. Looks like he just heard the news. No goal. Looks like a ball turnover, though.
Yeah. Okay, it's a cross. All right. Lots of pressure by Birdie. Little loose ball. Brandon pushes up, blocks that.
There's a subtle thing there that Brandon did, swinging that back wheel in against the boards. If you're a player who has those endo pivots, think about it. I mean, it's easier to get out of there once you get in.
Absolutely, and I've seen him draw. A player like that. So he'll pivot into the boards, especially on the right hand side where he has the opportunity to then close the front wheel down. You can actually draw. Oh, yeah. Andrew looks to the crowd. Very simple. Just puts in a little front door shot.
Just puts the stop sign on Jason, rides him off the ball, and takes what's his. Front wheel gap on Birdie.
Quintessential Andrew Whalen play. A very snappy dispossess, very quick to move his bike and poke the ball into space. Looks around, takes some space with his body. Very conservatively though, doesn't overcommit. Now he's got all the time he needs, which isn't much time at all, and puts it in. That's classic Andrew.
all the time he needs, which isn't much time at all. That I mean, that's definitely like a synopsis of Andrew right there. But this is such an Andrew goal. And this is also part of
Little
the reason
touch.
why I didn't
Woo!
really love the mark by Jason early on, because Andrew's going to take the ball from you and score.
Yeah, and he's
I
going to
mean,
move
he's
his
much as
body
likely to get
around.
past it.
Look at how
Yeah.
much space he gives Jason's bars. He's such a control player rather than charging into Andrew's bars. I mean, charging into Jason's bars. There, plenty of space. Beautiful. Oh man, I just love the way Andrew plays. So stoked.
Pushes it to space and knows he can win it back. I think that was the coolest part of that.
Oh, absolute confidence, and it's all in his muscle memory. Like his brain can't be operating at that speed. It's he's done that
Okay, how's
quadruple
TURDPEDO's going to
digit times.
respond? Got the lead cut in half.
Looking
Birdie
for
takes half for
looking
good.
for the shot before she crosses. I'm not sure of the rules in this game, but most rule sets say that wouldn't be a goal, but it doesn't stop people. All right, now 2-1. They're going to have some energy here. But Brandon's just
looking up the court. You can tell he's trying to spot Birdie for a pass.
Yep.
Off the wall.
Expecting a little bit more out of that left wall, hailing from Seattle. They've got a concrete wall on the left at their Judkins Park, so he does rely on the bank a little on one side. I played with him, and that's something they're used to. But these boards are not going to be as active as a concrete wall.
And that gets it back. Pushes.
Yeah,
Brandon
lots
comes
of
over to
pressure.
close the door.
Lots of pressure, and that's great. Bodie looking to hang back a little just in case he throws the drop pass, and Brandon just closing off in front. Matt's down. Might have an overlap here. Bodie's looking for center. Brandon's going to look for backhand. No, just slows it down and fumbles. An amazing play. Oh, and just
another big shot.
I believe what was used to be called a seatbelt. I wonder if that moniker has gone out of fashion now.
Oh, that's the term we use. That's
okay,
the term we use.
Cool. Yeah, no one in Australia says that, but I'm trying to do my my cultural adjustment.
Yeah, Brandon looking for Birdie again. Ooh, finds her, but can't convert on that shot.
Bruce just taking it easy. Those yellow shirts playing dividends for my concentration.
Yeah. Oh, whoa. Just right side to left side.
The front wheel crossover is something that, Andrew is just known for. You cannot chase him down head on like that. He will just deke you every time.
And I mean, these TURDPEDOs have showed us they are committed to that kind of offensive pressure. As soon as their team gets the ball, they're right in their backcourt trying to get it back from them.
Yep.
Birdie comes again.
Their forecheck is very strong, and they're not paying too much for it at this point. Oh, straight off the frame. Watch the Duco, please, Bruce. All right, nice and patient. Big reach over that.
Looking for the pass.
And the heckle coming out for lobster trap. It's a Brandon move. Skirting the rules, standing on the bike.
I mean, they do have a 1-point lead if there was ever a time.
Oh, big shot. A little wide. Chasing up hard again. Getting on the inside there. When you chase someone behind goals and you chase someone inside on the boards like that, it's a big risk, but Jason must have confidence that you can shut Andrew down, and that's the kind of confidence I can't afford myself.
Jason comes back around, looking for that backhand shot.
Looking to repeat.
Looks like a stop by Matt.
Matt's pretty solid in goals, got a very good mallet control. Bruce has got his hand up again. Bruce is always having a dialogue. Yeah, he's got that ref call, Steez. But he looks for the forehand, just fumbles a little.
Gets it back to her team, though. Jason collects, looks, circles back. Now they're fully 3 up here with the 1-goal lead.
Bruce looks to cut out that little drop pass.
And Andrew with the turnover. Here we go.
Wow, head on. Bodie puts on as much front wheel pressure as possible, but just Andrew one-handed on the bars can still take Bodie's front wheel. That was, just if you watch the replay, the attempted cross pass is fumbled. Andrew cuts out. All he has to do is get in front of Bodie's wheel. She takes the cross, and she's trying to stop the ball rather than take the wheel, which might have been, in hindsight, a mistake. 2 hands on the bars might have got that front wheel, and Andrew just slowly plays it in.
So we have 2 unanswered goals by the Tarnish, both turnovers leading to breaks by Andrew. I mean, it's what he does. And it's what he does better than anyone else.
Yeah, and it's so early in this game, but there's so much that's gone on. And I'm so concentrating on the yellow shirts that I'm forgetting to be excited, but there's just so much going on in my mind.
Yeah, I know. It's an exciting game to watch. Oh my, and they just return it right like that.
Gosh. Gosh, a little
Lock in, quick
forehand.
cross pass,
Okay, let's see
and
what
that's all it
happens.
takes.
It's a little drop. Brandon
Brandon's got
takes it.
Sees birdie.
Oh, tiny
ready
gap
for a
for front
forehand.
door. Looks for the deke. Gets Matt to turn and open that. Oh, wow. Polo is just a sport of such small margins. And that's a perfect example. Back to a 1 goal differential. They're really going to have to earn this win. Earn it physically, earn it mentally, and they're obviously going to have to score at least 1 more goal.
It really feels like TURDPEDO wants this first game. They don't want to play a second one. And Brandon is playing like that. I mean, he's...
Yeah. And the backhand, brilliant backhand by Matt. I don't think he even looked. That was exactly what he needed. Andrew is pumped, and understandably, because coming back and they're chanting MVP. Watch this
I gotta see this replay.
little possession.
Gets the ball.
I don't think he even touched it. Look at that backhand. Oh.
Gets the rebound and just puts it backhand on net. And I mean, that's what happens sometimes.
Off his front wheel, completely non-deliberately. Doesn't even get a touch on it, but one time is it, and I say 5% of the time that works every time, because I don't really like backhand shots, but that's a perfect example of why at that proximity, a solid backhand shot and getting good connection can pay off. That's a fantastic end. It's a one-timer, which is just, amazing.
Wait, did that even go in? Like,
Does
I'm
the
looking
ball
at the
cross
replay
the
from
line?
the overhead, and it seems like it hits the right post and just bounces out.
Oh, and there's always interjection from the crowd. This can be confusing for a ref. I've been there in this situation. It's very difficult. You're trying to do your best, and you often respond to what the crowd says and what. Let's go. Let's have a look. Nice and close post.
Yeah,
post.
you see it goes off
Oh
the right
my
post.
Lord! No goal.
And it never actually even goes in. Oh my.
Wow.
Did the goal judge see it, though? That's the question. They don't have replay at the court, so we have to find out if this gets allowed or not. What I'm hearing from the situation is there's no goal judge. So ref has to make a decision. We have spectators saying that didn't go in. The goalie saying it didn't go in. But, I mean, at the end of the day, it's the ref's call, and there's no replay here, so the goal stands. Oh.
It's counted. Welcome to Bike Polo, where the ref is always correct.
There you go. No video replay. That's what happens.
And who knows if the goals were in the right position anyway.
That's true.
Oh,
and Birdie
fantastic.
answers it
And Birdie
anyways.
answers it back. Wonderful. And it's so hard to earn a goal like that. You earn it psychologically, especially after a possible disallowal, and then Birdie comes back and does exactly what Birdie does.
I love what Birdie does here. She points with her mallet, says, put it here. She collects it and knows it's a forehand shot. That's right in her range.
Yeah, I
Not
think
much the Bruce can do.
Yeah, Birdie's great skill is vision on the court. I mean, I think she's got all the other skills too, but I think that's if she were a player in a video game, I think her vision and her positioning would be one of her strong points.
Mm-hmm. She totally pointed to Brandon with her mallet there. Put it here.
All right, so back to a 1-goal differential. They've answered almost every goal here. Just reminding everyone we're in Fresno.
Nice pass.
Andrew looking for the stale bread. Birdie close.
Well defended by Birdie.
Brandon with a nice touch, looking to rise up. Oh, great little cross pass over the bars. Draws Andrew into overcommitting. Likes to put it back to center. It's going to be an in-game joust. It's hard to beat Brandon on an in-game joust. You just give up.
Nice pass right to the stick. Shoot.
Oh my lord.
Just right of the net.
Brandon's hand-eye coordination must be so good because that mallet is a mile long.
I mean, that's how they're all playing these days. That's the new metagame here.
Yeah, mallet extensions 2023. I hear that's the thing.
Get your mallet shipped in a box in 2 parts, assemble so you can get the extra length.
Oh my lord.
And we got another
one.
one.
We got another one. Back to a locked game. Oh, there are just goals happening. So.
Matt circles, puts it across to Andrew. He has enough composure to stop the bouncing and just put it between the wheels.
Little scoop.
Look
Little
at this pass.
Oh,
Brandon
just misses. Andrew just puts a little touch on
Settles
it. Oh, fantastic. But he tried to stay still and tried to present a really solid front, but man, it's hard to beat Andrew up close. He'll shiv you. That's his game. He's a close quarters dribbler. Oh, and that could be a T-bone.
We got an advantage call.
An advantage
Tarnished with
call.
the ball, making use of it.
Advantage
finds
call.
Matt. No, I mean, Bruce finds Matt.
Oh, and it could
More
be
dabbing.
a rejoust. Could be a rejoust
Jason
if it's
collects.
coincidental penalties or a possession. It's up to the ref. The reason I say rejoust is if you have a penalty and an advantage call, and then the team. There we go. It
Okay,
looks
so
like
the call on the play is
there's a
topple,
topple.
but
That's a good call. Yeah.
looks
Bike
like a
contact,
T-bone,
topple.
but she does fall over on him after.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's a good call. All right, and then a topple on Matt. So it will be a
He
rejoust.
falls over.
So those penalties.
Falls over on Brandon, forces Brandon to dab.
Oh, definite dive from Brandon.
Pretty clear
What a
topple.
dirty player Brandon is.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
kidding.
good calls by the refs so far, I have to say. That 2 topples, well identified.
Yeah.
Joust.
Warms my heart. Warms my heart. All right, so just under 10 minutes left in this game. 4-all.
Can the second half of this game be any more exciting than the first? We got 8 goals in what is less than 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's an exciting game, and it just goes to show that they're not playing defensively, and they both want to score, which is what makes the game so interesting. I want to say it's the North American style to play very offensively and try and score, and they're both engaged in it's game theory. They're not. They're both they're not defecting. Neither one of them is deciding to play defensively. They're both they're contributing to the enjoyment of the game by trying to put a lot of goals onto us and goals in the game, and we're very grateful as spectators.
Bruce carries it all the way back into the corner. Gives it back to Andrew. Circles up with his head up, looking to make something happen. A little bit of speed. Left, right, left.
There's no one with him.
Backhand shot.
Oh, looks for the backhand. Yeah, everything's a bit slow on the boards there, as is customary. Jason gets the ball up. Just dekes and looks at the backhand.
These wide angles Brandon chooses to take. I mean, bounces out. His team collects the rebound, though. Ooh, little turnover made there.
Yeah. It's surprising how cohesive Brandon and Jason are, given they haven't played much together, but it just goes to show that Jason is a very adaptive player, I think, and Brandon is just, I guess he's very good at passing and very good at receiving the ball, so they're solid skills, and he can kind of fit. He's a bit of chameleon, Brandon is.
And he's just helping so much on the defensive end here. Just being that anchor in the middle, blocking out and cutting out a lot of
And there he is. Dispossesses, nice and solid. Looks to the forehand. I think his ability to cross his front wheel and hold the ball on his offside is pretty unmatched. And if you are chasing him down, he can kind of hold a couple of players off while you get into position, and then he can lose the pass. Because it's not just about possession. If you can possess and then pass, just like a perfect example there. Finds the gap, finds his teammate, Jason Deacon's front wheel. Those are the quintessential skills, possession and passing.
And that's going to get this ball, and he's going to bring it up the court. Jason's coming up from behind. Keeps him out of the play with some speed.
Great pass across.
Ooh, that almost found the net.
Yeah, and you notice he didn't really even have to spot Bruce. He kind of knew he was rising, put the ball across front wheel. Very consistent. Matt has great court awareness. He knows where his teammates are at all times, which is essential.
Ooh, got Brandon there.
Oh, no. Little overcommitted on that front wheel scoop. Maybe a pedal strike, maybe a washout. Either way, worth it.
I think that was a pedal strike, but Brandon bit on that fake drop. That's that hesitation. He had him.
Yep, absolutely. And that's pedaling through corners is treacherous.
Bruce wins the ball back, drops it off from Matt. They got a 2-on-1. Pass back. 1-on-1.
Great shot.
Pockets it.
Great shot.
Just a textbook play, capitalizing on a dab player. You got a 2-on-1, one way.
Yeah.
Give and go from Bruce. Finish.
And there's a couple of passes there. We'll see what happened.
So Jason's dabbed.
Yeah, he tries to get back in. Puts it across.
Pass goes.
Lovely.
Give and go comes back. And 1-on-1 with
Excellent.
the goalie.
Tiny little forehand.
That makes it count.
Brandon almost goes down for that Hulk smash. Raclette, fist on the floor, whatever you want to call it. Freedom block. many names, but having not executed it, yeah, just got that little forehand BB shot. I know he did get down, but just missed it, missed his mallet.
Did he go through the wheels on that shot, or was it front wheel?
I believe it was front wheel. It's unlikely that
Yeah, in front of the front wheel.
Yeah.
So the raclette was just misplaced.
Mm-hmm.
There's always 3 gaps when you're playing polo, you know? Goalie can only take away 1 at a time.
And if you're not wearing wheel covers, many more than that.
Yeah, that's true, depending on how hard you shoot.
Yeah. And Brandon not rocking wheel covers, probably only 32 spokes or something like that. So
What a way to live on the edge.
I know, right? Yeah, it's something those top teams at world events don't try not to suffer. But
Birdie tried to respond again in about 15
Yeah.
seconds. Snaked your way through the whole defense, just couldn't finish, and Bruce collects, looking up the court. Slow,
5
slow, and
fours.
controlled Bruce, just facilitating for his 2 other teammates who both have a whack of goals already.
Looking for the backhand again. And that is Matt with those long locks and that blue bike. Looks for the center pass a little, but that would have been cut off by Jason. Andrew following him up. Maybe looking for the drop. He's going to cover.
Bruce is going to let him have it.
Yeah, I don't even know if Andrew needed to communicate there. They play so often with each other that when you're behind someone like that, he's such a consistent player. You can expect that if a loose ball goes behind you where you can't reach it, Andrew will be there. And trusting your teammate will be there and you can ride on is such an essential part of a team game at this level. You have to know that your player is going to support you in that manner. It's really, really
Jason
great to
gets
watch.
the turnover. Instant shot.
Oh, it looks at the forehand shot. That was a big shot. A little wide.
It's really stark to see the difference in the play style here. And one team taking shots as soon as they get the ball, transition offense. The other much more willing to just play conservative, drop pass, look for their teammate. It's pretty amazing. 2 different styles, both highly effective so far.
Yeah, and they've paid off to the extent that they've been executed. And I think, yeah, I mean, it's, how can I say, if the scoreboard tells a pretty close story, but there's been so many goals, so it's hard to say how this one will go. Still 5 minutes, just over 5 minutes left.
Yeah, if the Tarnish can hold this, they're going to force that second grand final. But based on the history of this game, I don't think this score is getting help. Like, there's going to be another goal any minute now.
Oh, absolutely. A 1-goal lead is not enough to sit on in any game, let alone a game that's 20 minutes long.
Drop pass from Matt. Surveying the court. Forehand rip. Little right of net. But he goes to get the rebound.
Yeah. Little wrist shots are very popular. Getting that ball off quickly is essential at this level. Otherwise, someone will close you down front wheel. You'll miss that opportunity. Looks across BB. Holding the ball. Lots of pressure by Jason. Brandon's got it. Looks for flubs the forehand pass. That's okay. Jason's going to cover.
Andrew coming up. Drop
There
pass
you go.
for Matt. Matt with the shot again. Right in net again. But he gets his rebound. Tarnish possessed the ball. Just circling like sharks, waiting for that opening.
Mm.
And here comes Andrew the forehand.
Ooh. Oh, wow. Snaking through 2 of the strongest players in North America like it's a Sunday afternoon pickup session.
Yep. And, I mean, they get the ball back. There's definitely been a massive chunk of possession here for the Tarnished, really controlling the end of this game. And I wonder if that's part of their strategy, being up a goal. It's hard to get scored on if you have the ball.
Yeah, I mean, if they can execute that kind of strategy at this level of fatigue and this pointy end of the tournament, all power to them. And I wouldn't doubt that Andrew's got a game plan. Whether it's sit on a 1-goal lead, who knows? But Bruce and Andrew, especially, they've been in situations like this before. This is not uncommon to them. Late in the last day of a tournament, having to pull it out. I think at this point they're just thinking about every play one by one. There wouldn't be a lot of stress. Oh, Birdie trying to possess that space on Andrew, and she's such a dominant player in that situation. Is that Bruce? It was Bruce, beg your pardon.
Just circling, and he's stopping. And as soon as you see Andrew stop, you see Bruce come to the ball. And he's looking for that handoff somewhere just so they can possess it. And you'll see Bruce do the same thing. If he stops, Andrew's going to come to the ball. And that quick change of pace when they hand it off can be a very powerful tool.
it just goes to show the drop pass being the most simple and executable pass remains relevant and entirely necessary at every level of the game. Oh, forehand, Bodie. Oh, into the boards. Worth it.
Totally worth it. She just gets that ball all of a sudden and comes
Fantastic.
back and just slams it between the wheels. And, I mean, ties the game up.
Crowd loves it. The crowd loves a tie at this point of the
That
game.
pass reception. Jeez.
Little forehand. Now I think Matt did the right thing, trying to push that mallet out and try and get the early cut. Oh, and it did. It looks like it actually touched Matt's mallet or jumped over the front. Wow, clutch play by Birdie to level it, and paid the price and had to lean into the boards. But sometimes you got to put yourself on the line to level a game like this.
So Tarnish have to respond here. They have 2.5 minutes to score a goal and or force overtime, I suppose. But they need this win in order to continue on in this tournament. And here comes Andrew.
Yeah, it's
off the wall. Keeps the ball.
And obviously, a golden goal situation is not what the tired team is going to want. So they're going to want to score in the next 2 minutes and 18 seconds.
And I wonder if we'll see a dramatic shift in their play style, considering maybe lift the pace a little bit.
That would be the smart thing to do. But knowing that you might have to play another game, there's this fine line between playing conservatively and
Ref just gave the 2-minute warning, and Jason's behind the net trying to make something happen. Oh, no, it's Brandon behind the net trying to make something happen.
So much great bike control in this game. It's fantastic to watch.
Andrew's earned himself a breakaway. Ooh, Brandon does a good job to cut it out.
Oh, wow. Brandon's ability to take your front wheel, then pivot, and then roll back to block you crossing his line. It's such a high-level skill. It's something not everyone can do, and it's great to watch him do it on one of the deakiest players in North America.
Mm-hmm. Birdie comes back, looking for Brandon. Matt cuts it out.
She's free. She's looking for the backhand. Oh.
Big save there by Andrew.
Andrew gets the mallet on. I mean, his mallet skills don't go out of fashion when they're in goals. He's still the same player. He's still able to stop that ball at minute's notice. Matt's regrouping. I wonder if at this point of the game he's probably the most stressed player. It's not, he's played in some finals, but I would say this is as clutch as it gets for Matt. He's looking to make his name on this team and see what he can do. Now, what did that look like? That may have been a T-bone, but the ref doesn't have any opinions on it.
Wow. Big stop there by Matt, cutting that line off from Birdie.
Hadn't open net there, but Matt's just taking that front wheel.
Yeah. Andrew looks up. He's got Brandon behind him.
It's getting it's 30 seconds to go. It's still 5-all. Now, will they rejoust? I'm not comment on the rules, but mostly it will be a rejoust if it's a draw at the buzzer. But yeah, 5-all. It looks like, unless something happens in the next 10 seconds, this will go to golden goal.
Big shot.
Looks for the forehand. Oh.
Jason has to make a save. I mean, wow.
Yeah, that would have been a clutch play.
Okay,
so it will be a rejoust. The whistle goes. We will rejoust. I think rejoust the right thing to do.
Yeah, these Tarnish players got to be exhausted at this point, battling out of the loser bracket, playing an extra long game, and now having to go to golden goal. And even if they win, they still have to play a whole other game. The prospect of that has to be somewhat daunting.
Yeah, I mean, this is the first goal. Brandon's little wrist shot from half.
In the net. Dang.
Just the body language of the players when the game ended, Yeah, the Tarnish laying down their bikes and TURDPEDO just staying, well, that was definitely a T-bone. Yeah, just TURDPEDO staying on their bikes saying, let's get on with it. We want to do this. Probably being frustrated they couldn't seal it in that first game. And the Tarnish, there we go. We see Jesus again.
Jason here. Oh, this is the one Andrew cuts him out, puts it to space, and makes something special happen.
Just beautiful. I mean, just that little poke into space.
No, Brandon, you're not getting that ball.
And then just two little hops, takes the space, that little buffer zone. But no pressure there. Just looking to keep him off his bars. Not really issuing any pressure from that open forearm. Watching Andrew can take the words from your mouth. I just love the way he plays.
We've got a lot of beautiful goals so far in this game, and we're gonna get at least one more.
Well, let's hope. Otherwise, we will never sleep.
I mean, as all this is happening in this tournament, there's also a timer on the lights. And no one's really sure when the lights are going to go off. So to add to the suspense of we don't know which team is going to win, there's also is any team going to win suspense happening right now. If it had
Oh
to be any
Lord.
more anxiety provoking.
Yeah. Gosh. I mean, we did. This happened in Florida in 2013. In fact, they did turn the lights out at Worlds, and it's disastrous. Mainly because you can't turn them back on if they're sports lighting, they're halide globes. So if they go off, they're off for 15 to 20 minutes until they cool down. So that kind of screws everything. So
Okay, and the teams are gearing up here for a rejoust. Now we've had, I believe, Brandon win the original joust of this game. Will he win the second?
I mean, I don't know. He's got to do
He
something
does.
real wrong. He's got to do something really incorrect to not win a joust. Brandon does.
Oh,
Oh, lots of pressure.
Birdie with the one-on-one right off the bat. Matt comes back.
Yeah, didn't get a mallet to it. It looks like.
Bruce just patiently weaving up the court. Big shot. That could have been it right there. Andrew circles back with the ball.
Oh, and a big forehand.
And pockets it from his own half.
Ding, ding,
Dang.
ding.
What a shot. What a way to push it through.
Yep, and it's quickly over. So we're looking for a second final.
Comes across his half.
It often happens that there's an anticlimax. The tempo has changed. The game has slowed down because the rejoust. Things can change and things can be over very quickly. And
Oh, he hits Birdie's bottom bracket and he goes front wheel gap against Jason.
They're really happy about this. Happy they get to play again, but they're going to need a quick. They don't
breather. Look very happy, dude. They look like they're exhausted. Look at Birdie's face. Oh my gosh. Okay, so going into the second game, unfortunately, our friend Dave had to go, but you know what? It's not all bad news because I'm joined here with, the man behind Connect Bike Polo, Alex, and we got a great second final game here, and this one really is for all the marbles. How you doing, Alex?
We're doing it again.
Yeah, all over again. And you know what? I love this. I love the intensity behind this. I love that, this is something very unique to our game, and it's really going to be a dogfight. Like, who really wants it?
Absolutely. One of the plays that stood out to me from that last game was Birdie going 5-hole, reaching. Did you see how far she reached to get the ball and then crashing into the boards afterwards? Like, just the commitment. And we just got to do it all over again anyway.
Just selling out for it. And, something I'm looking forward to seeing in the second game is we didn't see it very much, but TURDPEDO did play 3-up for a few minutes in the first game, and it cost them dearly. I mean, Andrew broke out and just took the ball and scored, right? And these are really small courts, and that's something that we know he's trying to do. So I'm curious if we're going to see more 3-up from TURDPEDO this game.
Absolutely. We saw a lot of the tarnished possessions when they weren't being methodical with the ball. It felt like they were either being extremely methodical and getting the shot they wanted, or they were just blasting it from half. And while that did work a little bit, I'd like to see them be a little bit more controlled with their play.
Mm-hmm. But also committing to that counterattack. I mean,
absolutely.
They score goals in both ways.
Looks like the teams are getting ready.
Here we go. Is Brandon going 3 for 3? No, Bruce got him this time. Oh, yeah. But Birdie takes it from him.
We'll count that as a Brandon win.
Okay.
3 for 3 on the
Undefeated. Joust. Birdie circles it up the net. Big ripper. A little bit right of the net.
TURDPEDO will shoot from anywhere and score from anywhere if they have any amount of daylight. So
that's mine, says Birdie as she takes it from along the boards. On the backhand side there, that's always a bit tricky, but she manages to corral that ball and looks like she got around Bruce. Leaves it.
I feel like both of these teams are moving a little slower after that extended final.
No doubt. I mean, these are the moments as an athlete that you wait for, though. Who wants it more? It's going to come down to that. Who's willing to push through some of that, discomfort of being tired?
Oh, backhand by Brandon. Doesn't go.
We saw some of those used to great effect. What was that in the corner there?
Looks like they're fighting for the ball, but Bruce is going to come up with it. And this is something Tarnished do so much, the little drop resets. Like, they are only going to bring the ball up the way they want to. You can't really get them to to do it any other way. And looks like Bruce is going to draw the advantage. And Andrew's got some space.
Big front wheel by Jason there, stopping that ball, and advantage is blown dead. Let's see what the ref called here.
Yeah, it looked like Brandon just got beat a little bit on the baseline and may have caught Bruce's wheel. Yeah,
He hooks that mallet in there, and
raises
pretty easy
the hand.
Call.
Yeah, raises
Pretty
the hand, calls it on himself. Good. Accidents happen, and Brandon's an honest player, so, but potentially costly.
Possession to Tarnished. Matt brings it across, looking for a forehand here. Not much of an angle, and Jason cuts it out.
Yeah, Matt's looking, pressuring deep, but Brandon with some time. Oh, looks for birdie for the one-timer, but she can't connect.
Bruce circling, looking up. Trying to get around birdie here. It looks like he does. Birdie washes out, puts the ball in the corner, but Andrew's the first one there.
Yeah, and you can see Tarnished working it back in, and looks like Brandon's going to eventually collect this behind his net.
Puts it behind the back wheel to get around Brandon.
Tarnished are really pressuring deeper in TURDPEDO's zone this game, and you can see it's resulting in a lot of turnovers. There haven't been TURDPEDO have not really crossed half with possession, and that's in. Is that in? No, behind the net. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. My eyes deceived me there for a second.
Sometimes it's like that when the ball bounces behind the net. I thought, wow, Matt is remarkably calm for having just scored the go-ahead goal in overtime.
And you see the Tarnish committed to this drop pass style. They get around Brandon. What can they make from it? Cross pass comes to Andrew, shoots it just right of the net, but the hole was there.
Yeah. Matt making it happen. It's really cool seeing all three players being so heavily involved in the playmaking on both of these teams. And Birdie and Matt are going to fight for the ball, but Andrew comes away with it.
No mallet with Andrew right now, squeezing along the boards with Brandon.
That drops to Birdie, but looks like Matt's going to win it.
Yeah, he comes back around, sees Bruce with the drop, and they're right back into their offense.
This is Bruce and Andrew coming up. Looks like Bruce is alone. Going to try to make something. There's the drop pass to Andrew.
And both players rotate to stop Andrew on that. Can Bruce
Drops
do something
it back
here?
to Bruce. This is the classic control style. Wow, Bruce tries to force it through 3 bikes. Doesn't go.
A controlled force.
And now it's Andrew's turn. Winding in. Gets Brandon facing the wrong way. One-on-one.
Birdie
gets the back door. Wow.
Big
Birdie
touch.
reached behind her back to get a piece of that, and that stopped the breakaway.
That was a big touch. A lot of great defense going on, and like good offense too, though. They're really asking a lot of questions of that TURDPEDO defense.
Yeah, I thought Andrew had Birdie dead to rights there, and she just had the reach to disrupt it just enough to keep Andrew off balance.
Oh, and Andrew's poked one free here.
Oh, is this a breakaway?
A little too much pressure.
It's going to be
shot
Bruce.
By Bruce. Ooh, front
That's
wheel
in the
gap.
That's
big
in the
goal.
net.
Big goal there. You see the playmaking of Andrew here, forcing something to happen. Just picks Brandon's pocket a little bit. Pokes it loose.
Super clean. No contact on that steel, and then off Andrew's wheel. And Bruce is gonna take the shot all day.
And I think you're gonna see, we tend to see a lot of goals this game like this, right? The defense hasn't had time to set up yet. And what that means is that Bruce has a much better opportunity with this shot than he normally would against a set defense.
Yeah, Birdie's hustling back to try to get ready. And it's not wide open. Like you can see TURDPEDO are all closing down on that ball, but it's just enough of a window for Bruce to find it.
Birdie has to over pursue though to get back in the game in the play, and she's turning to reset the defense, and that's when Bruce takes the opportunity.
Yeah. So smart. Bruce looking stoic as ever. This is Tarnish, They got it. 5 minutes left. This is a shorter game. TURDPEDO need to answer.
Yeah. I think this game's shortened because they're worried about the lights, right?
Yeah, at the start of this game, there's only 30 minutes of light left. Not even 30. I think they're trying to figure out how much time. Nobody knows how much time is left on the lights, but hopefully enough to finish the game. Well, I think Tarnished would take this result right now.
Cutting Birdie out of this play. Takes the ball, goes
physical. Up. Bruce with a little bit of daylight. Nice defense by Brandon.
Long mallet life.
Good drop pass by Birdie. In motion, gets by Bruce. Matt's going to make the save. You know, that's all it takes. One quick shot, and we would be back at even. Though Andrew's going to try to seal it.
Cut out by Birdie, just enough to give him enough trouble not to get that shot off. Finds Bruce along the boards. Bruce turns in.
So controlled and patient.
Makes the smart choice and doesn't go for it. Decides to keep possession. Coming back around.
Tarnished really starting to look like they're in control here. They've sunk into a rhythm. This is their style, though. Oh, nice cross pass. Doesn't quite find Bruce, but they're going to keep possession. Tarnished are asking all the questions. Wow, Jason just reached out and denied that shot. I thought Bruce had that for sure.
Bruce went for the wrap and tap, and it was there if Jason hadn't poked that ball. A big backhand shot from Brandon. A little right of the net.
Deep. 3 minutes away from this game being over. Bruce with the half-court rip. Didn't see where that one went, but the rebound goes out to Birdie at half court. She's going to reset that back to her own team. The clock is not TURDPEDO's friend right now. They need to make something happen. 3 minutes can go pretty quick when you have a team as controlled as the Tarnish.
Mm-hmm. And passes it to Birdie. They got to make something happen here. They're going to start to play a little bit more aggressively, I bet.
Birdie trying to force the shot, but these are long shots through, you know, that the players defended, and they're trying to hit these low angles. It's, you know, Tarnished are slowly they're suffocating, they're turning the screws on TURDPEDO here and just being very smart and patient on defense. Andrew with some daylight, but this is what they can do now. They can kind of slow it down.
Oh, looks like menace of the crack.
Yeah, bobbles the ball over the seam in the pavement there, and Birdie's going to recover it. So TURDPEDO get another life.
But he's looking. Finds Birdie with a pass.
There's the backhand. They keep looking for these backhand one-timers. If you can hit it, I think it's a great scoring opportunity, but it hasn't quite come together for TURDPEDO yet. Matt being very methodical. You can tell Tarnished are slowing things down here, and I don't blame them at all.
It's 2 minutes left. I mean, why play risky? The other team has to come take the ball from them.
Yeah, Andrew in the corner.
Little screen here by Bruce. You see he's trying to keep a straight line. Yeah,
nice legal screen by Bruce. That's good. Brandon has to come in and try to pressure for the steal. Doesn't work. Andrew's there.
Self-pass.
Wow. TURDPEDO are walking the fine line of needing to pressure the ball without giving away a breakaway, and they're doing just that.
They are for sure. They're forced a few turnovers. They've managed to win the ball back here, and forehand ripper doesn't find the net.
Has been so good on defense. Both of these teams have had their fair share of spectacular saves because these shots are coming from anywhere.
Birdie collects the ball here, brings it around. You know she's goal hungry. She's going for it. Drops it. Oh, no, I think that was interrupted by Matt.
Oh, Matt, wow. Matt almost got the breakaway there. I think a goal for Tarnished here pretty much seals the game.
Absolutely.
Birdie
cut out by Matt. Here's his opportunity. Oh, pushed it a little deep. Didn't have time to bring it back.
Into the corner. But this is just killing the clock. TURDPEDO don't have time for this. That's going to be another deep reset.
Very aggressively here.
1 minute. 3 up. Look at this. So deep from TURDPEDO. They need it, and they need it right now.
Looking for where to pounce. Brandon wins the ball back deep in the other zone. Passes it out to Jason. Jason circles. Backhand shot through 2 bikes. That's not getting to the net.
Doesn't go.
Birdie's here. Drop pass to Brandon.
Bruce goes for it. Brandon's got it in his wheels. Looks like Bruce goes down. Wow, quick reflex from Brandon, and Jason tries to get the ball, and looks like there's an accident here. Advantage TURDPEDO.
Yeah,
30 seconds left.
30 seconds.
Let's take a look at this. Brandon gets on the ball. Bruce goes for the steal. Doesn't go. Oh yeah, Bruce definitely jackknifes. Look at Brandon getting around him there.
And then Jason comes in, takes a good line, and forces Andrew to crash into him. That looks like a T-bone, possibly a topple from this view.
Yeah, I think you can tell everyone's so tired. I thought Brandon took Bruce out there, but it looked like just a jackknife. Such good bike handling for Brandon to get back in, and I don't think Andrew saw Jason and just kind of, accidentally commits the foul.
Okay, 30 seconds in the game. TURDPEDOs need a goal here if they want to stay in this one.
Birdie has been so good at scoring off these resets. This is not where you want to be if you're Tarnished.
Big shot by Jason.
He got
beats
it.
Andrew behind the wheel, I think. What? I got to
He
see a
got
replay
it.
of this.
That's
A little bit of space is all it took. Look
so
at this guy
clutch.
celebrating right now.
Yeah.
Birdie's coming over for the hug.
This is
The
unbelievable.
little softest hug of
Okay,
all
let's
time.
see this. Jason, just a little bit of room, 2 bikes, and that's backdoor on Bruce, backdoor on Andrew.
What a mouse hole.
Wow.
He feeds it between Bruce's mallet and his bike and then just threw the smallest of mouse holes behind Andrew's wheel. Got to get your wheel against the post, bud. Come on.
I mean, we're 30 or 26 seconds away from overtime. Tarnished.
They're not going to do it to us again. Here comes Matt. Oh, I thought that was in.
That would have been too crazy. Stretch pass up to Birdie, 1 times it wide.
Matt
And
drops
are we going for our second golden goal?
I think Bruce is going to try and hold it for the last shot here.
Yeah. Bruce comes
Pass
up.
it back to Andrew.
Drops to
Andrew's got 2 seconds. He's going to get it off. It's over. He doesn't even shoot it.
We're going to golden goal.
Okay. Well, we've been here before, and Tarnished prevailed in that scenario. So, I mean, they got to be the favorites in this one, right?
Yeah, I think so. And who knows how long these lights are going to stay on?
Yeah. Is anyone going to win Smack in the Middle 2022? Find out.
Boy,
here.
wouldn't that be an upset?
Okay, we got
All right,
a
here we go.
Looks
Rejoust.
like Bruce powering through. Will Brandito be beat? He misses the ball.
Oh,
He misses the ball. Okay, yes. Okay,
okay.
Bruce
Gets it.
Oh, big shot.
Wow.
Flick of the spoke.
Jason, stoic in net, unbelievably clutch.
Way to flash the spoke on him, Jason.
Looks like Bruce has an issue with his bike or something, and he's rolling back into net. Brandon collects, drops it to Jason. I wonder if we're going to see both teams be more conservative. Nope. Jason shoots from half directly into Matt's wheel.
Yeah, and Matt battles for it, but Jason retains possession, drops it off for Brandon here, looking up the court to see what's available. Jason goes back to unleash Birdie here. Maybe a little tired.
Yeah. I like to see Torpedo still rotating. Wow, big save by Bruce. It's so nerve-wracking. Even quote unquote easy saves when it's golden goal like this. There's no such thing as an easy save.
Birdie's with the ball across the net there.
Every possession
Gets
feels
it to
like
Brandon.
it's the last because it could be.
Yep.
Brandon surveying, drops to Birdie. She's got some space, goes for the cross, but Brandon can't get it. That's going to be tarnished ball.
Brandon dabbed out just as she passed it. But
The margins are so thin with these teams because they're both so good.
Yep.
And
Tarnished are taking their time here. They must not be aware of the light situation.
oh, everyone's definitely aware of the light situation.
Andrew rolling it up. They can't force him to rush, though. He's going to play his style. Ooh, Birdie with a big gamble.
She almost got that. Got a mallet on it, but Matt recovered.
Doesn't have to pay for it, but now she took
Does it
herself
again.
out.
2-on-1 here.
Big
Matt
shot.
gets smothered by Brandon.
Brandon with the rip. Full court.
That was bottom bracket. That was a bottom bracket bomb that Bruce just denied. And Brandon gets his own rebound.
I'm on the edge of my seat. Like, this could go either way.
Every possession is so close. Brandon in motion, has the time, has the space,
Backhand.
finds the back door. Doesn't go.
Doesn't get it.
Still has the ball.
Something's going to happen soon. The quality of the looks we're getting, it seems like both teams are starting to let loose a little bit. They've come to terms with the overtime, and we're going to see a goal in the next few minutes, I'm sure.
Brandon gets the steal, and looks like Bruce gets him back. Yeah, both of these teams, you can tell the defense is getting a little slower. Bruce with space. Ooh, gets a piece of Birdie. That's going to be advantage Torpedo. I didn't see the detail of it.
Yard sale by Birdie there.
Yeah, looks like Bruce thought
Brandon
she was going one way.
He's got Jason on the right.
This is a big kill for Tarnished. Torpedo are bringing 3 up pressure.
Killed.
They got the ball.
Okay, let's see what happened here.
So Bruce looks like he goes one way and then just catches Birdie's steering arm.
The mallet goes flying, hits Brandon.
That's a tough call for the ref to make. You really want to let people play it out, but I think you got to blow the whistle there.
Yeah, that's a good call. I mean, that's pretty clear steering arm, and we just received words. There are 4 minutes left until the lights shut off. So this game has a hard cap. Guys, get on your bikes. Let's play.
Yeah, that is exactly what Arnold is yelling at everyone. I think Birdie wanted a penalty call or something there, and Arnold is saying, "Get on your bike."
Okay, Birdie's going to collect the ball here. Looks like she's going to be bringing it up. Let's see what kind of route Brandon runs. They cross half.
If the lights go on, y'all got to spend the night.
Oh, Matt.
Oh,
takes
Matt
it.
gets the steal.
I know
Brandon's
where to
back.
go.
That's a quick adjustment by Brandon to be able to get back in the play. Oh,
Tries a little change of pace there, but Brandon's there to quickly double off of it. Shut it
Matt
down.
is drawing these double teams, and you can see Andrew's just wide open looking for that pass that we know Matt is capable of making. But it looks like TURDPEDO win the battle on the boards. Brandon's bringing it up very methodically.
Looks for a pass and just sails through a little bit.
Yeah. Birdie got her mallet on it, but not enough to be a shot, and it's tarnished ball. Hey, Brandon has it. Gets it stolen by Matt. Oh, my goodness. Matt with some space, and Brandon returns the favor, steals it back. Passes to Birdie. No, still has it. Pass gets denied. Eventually gets to Birdie.
Birdie
He's
looks
gonna
for the drop here, kind of resets it to Brandon. Jason's going up the left side fast. Big shot from Brandon,
That's
right at the
deep.
net. Ooh, we see some
Looks like
trouble on
Birdie,
the boards there.
Birdie
but
and Bruce make some contact. TURDPEDO, deep 3 up. It's overtime.
Deep 3 up in overtime is ambitious, but I mean, that's how TURDPEDO plays.
Yeah.
Ambitious.
Live by the sword, die by the sword. I love it. Brandon, I mean, you can be 3 up if you've got this confidence in your team and the possession, and they've got the speed and the control to pull it off. Birdie moving, backhand. Bruce gets a piece of it.
Okay, and they cycle back quickly. Looks like Jason grabs the net. Big rip from Bruce.
I mean, open net. Good look by Bruce, but I think that was just wide.
Birdie collects.
This is how you want your tournament to end. This
Absolutely.
is like
This is what we want to see. And Andrew's finally at a net. Let's see what he can do with it.
by Birdie.
Oh, looking for the cross. Can't get a touch on it.
Just not enough to get it to Bruce. He was wide open looking for that. It's going to be Brandon. This is just
Big rip.
end-to-end action.
Both
Blocked.
teams are looking for that big shot just to put the game away. Exhausted, hoping that something springs loose and it falls to their team.
How many times have we seen Tarnished reset behind their net? And this time Birdie's able to get a piece of it. Walks
Sees
away with the ball to Jason. Well, Jason's in with a little
it
bit of
through.
room. Smartly resets. We don't have the timer on this overtime, but that 4 minutes has got to be waning. There can't be more than a couple minutes left here.
Matt with the ball.
I really hope we get to see a conclusion to this game.
Sees Bruce. Bruce passes over to Andrew.
Oh, Bruce stabs from total exhaustion.
Yeah, Bruce is down.
Now Tarnished are going the other way. Bruce still hasn't tapped back in. Jason, one-on-one. Matt gets down. The shot is just wide.
Backhand shot. Doesn't go through. Birdie collects the rebound.
Oh my gosh.
Tries to kick it out, but
I
Bruce
can't
there
take
to
this
collect.
anymore. Okay, Bruce with it. This is just back-to-back scoring
Birdie with the
opportunities.
steal in the open court. Nicely done. Bounce pass to Brandon. Brandon along the boards. Bruce trying to get in at it.
Brandon's
Brandon
going to
goes
look.
left. Backhand.
Backhand. Wow, Matt gets a mallet down.
Big stop. Big stop.
And TURDPEDO hang on to the possession. This has maybe been the most action-packed we've seen. Bruce with some space. Wow, Jason. It looked like that either hit the post or a wheel, but that was extremely close. This has been the most action-packed part of the tournament, I think, is this overtime.
Absolutely. We've been seeing amazing shots from both sides, and honestly, I can't take my eyes away. Something's going to happen.
Jason just
Andrew
dangles
with
on Bruce, and
grab.
Andrew gets it.
This is how he scored so many goals in the first game. He settles it down.
Yeah, you have to make these possessions count, and both teams are quality chances. But the time is ticking away. Normally overtime you can take the time, but we really got to see a conclusion here. Bruce kind of forces that shot, but Andrew gets the rebound.
Jason just shadowing him.
Yeah, you got to bring the
decides to peel
pressure.
back.
You can't get caught too deep.
Brandon meets him where he's at.
Oh, Brandon gets a hand. Andrew's by with space. Past Birdie. Wow.
Just right of the net. He's not going to miss many shots that good.
No.
Bruce with the
Bruce
ball.
with it down
backhand.
low. Oh, Birdie gets there to collect.
Brandon with the ball.
How many shots from about 10 feet out of the crease have we seen from both teams in this overtime?
Yeah. Brandon finds a way to shake Bruce there. Drops it forward to Jason. Jason one touch back to Brandon. Brandon circling. Keep away, keep away.
Bruce looks for it. Can't find it. Matt's pressuring. Back to Jason. Back to Brandon. This has to end soon, right?
Sees Jason right there. Backhand shot back in the corner of the net.
Oh, my God. The backhand one-timer behind the back.
From the feed from Brandon. I'm in awe. That was an amazing play. How many converted passes that they have to get to make that shot happen? And look at them rejoice. Just through puck at center court. And nice to see Tarnished there, giving them a round of applause themselves. I mean, they know how hard they battle for that, and TURDPEDO deserves every little bit of this win. Here it is.
Yeah, what a pass. Right to Jason. Okay, it's not a one-timer. He does settle it down, touch. But at motion, behind the back, backhand.
Through the wheels.
Just finds the gap. That's a bullet. That's an absolute bullet of a shot.
Yeah, and we see every player here just laying down, completely zonked from what was truly like probably the most epic game of the season.
Yeah, I mean, that is maybe one of the best finals I think I've ever seen. That's one of the best games I've seen as the final, which is just unbelievable. Fresno was honestly just this tournament absolutely the best. Huge thank you to Pedal Junkies for organizing this, and the lights stayed on. They did shut off about a minute or two after the game ended. Yeah. We didn't record the lights actually shutting off, but it was very sudden. There was not much left in the tank for anyone.
So Alex, I gotta ask, since this is the last video from Smack in the Middle, you got a team for 2023?
For Smack in the Middle?
Yeah.
Not yet, but thinking about it.
Okay, you heard it here first. You got a free agent right here on the mic, and T and Sarah always do an amazing job with this tournament. Big thanks to them, and thanks to all these amazing players that made us making these videos possible.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy to make the videos when the action is this good.
Absolutely. (2022) Smack in the Middle champions, TURDPEDOs. There you have it.
Okay, seriously, we have to say the biggest thank you ever to Pedal Junkies. They throw the best tournaments, and their dedication really shows. We didn't capture half of the events, parties, food, and community that they set up in Fresno for this weekend. The tournament coverage is over, but that doesn't mean that the videos are going to stop. There's no more full game replays coming from Smack in the Middle, but you can definitely stick around the channel for highlights, breakdowns, and recaps. And if you have an idea for Bike Polo related videos, definitely reach out and let us know. We're trying to figure out what we can do with this platform and just anything to grow the sport. Otherwise, we will be live streaming games from Slash Royale in Montreal. That's April 8th and 9th, 2023. And of course, Smack in the Middle 2023 is the following weekend, April 15th to 16th. So if you don't have your team for that, you should definitely figure that out. And we look forward to seeing everybody in the New Year's. Hopefully this helps everyone keep the stoke during this off season.
Backhand shot. Finds the net.
Yeah! Uh-oh. There we go. Big opportunity.
This is not a tiny tap. Very good tap.
Oh!
Can't say that I agree with the call.
I mean, it's going to be a high-powered game. Two strong teams.
He's got an open lane.
Oh, look at that.
Oh my God.
Something's happening with her mallet.
Goes for the Koyo again.